to do that. And what happened to Samira is going to happen to every single one of you. Somehow people believe that this brutality is subjugated to one person. Or no, it's coming to every one of us. And some of the photographers in here or the media people, especially the international media, national media, welcome to Minneapolis.
Listen.
Welcome to Brooklyn Center.
Listen.
Welcome to the new Jim Crow North.
Yeah.
Welcome. And if you think that the Constitution is going to protect you against the violence of this state, well, figure out, they're going to be targeting you. And they've been specifically targeting our independent media, who've been out here, boots on the ground, covering this, where the rest of you media have failed to cover police brutality. In fact, most of the media are interested in covering broken windows. Broken windows. They show up at 9 p.m., but they and we see the police and they see the protesters. That's when they show up. That's when they go live. That's when they can't have enough. But when they see our children being killed and we're mourning and we're talking, they're hiding away. And Malcolm X said this: the media will make the truth the lie and the lie the truth. That is one thing that the media has done. So but I'm hopeful. There's a lot of good people in the media. They still have breathing hearts. They're people just like us. And you also have a corporation that is probably white supremacist leaders who tell you how to write, how to edit, how to do this. But you got a good conscience. You can stand up. You can stand up and say the truth. Because trust me, we trust King Demetrius, Listen Media. We trust Movement News. We trust Unicorn Riot. All the media press are here. Please raise your hand. All the independent media. Please see all the independent media in the crowd right now. These are our people. We trust these people to take this narrative, to tell the story. We trust you. And for the rest of the media, you should learn a thing from them. You should learn something from them. Because they're listening to our I want every single police officer in this country to be afraid of us. I want every single police officer in this country, when they pull over a black person, to be afraid of them. Because the law protects them. Just as it protects a white driver, just as it protects a white person running, white person walking, white person going into their house, white person sleeping in their house. Just like that. That's what we want. Or an air freshener. Or just a regular checkup. It's time, y'all. It is time. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of you are thinking we need a lot of people. We don't need a lot of people. We just need a few committed people. We just need a few committed people. So just look to your left, to your right. That's all we need right now. That's all we need right now. That's all we need right now. We need to move mountains, and we can move mountains if we are united. And so last night, they thought they're just going to be comfortable at the Operation Safety Net. But some of us showed up unexpectedly. And we shut it down. We shut it down. They were supposed to have a press conference, but they didn't have that press conference because a few committed folks showed up on 41st and DuPont in North Minneapolis. And guess what did they do? The first thing they did is they shut the lights off. The second thing they did is they turned the lights back on because they're trying to figure out who we are. And they were so afraid they were stuck on their roof. Rooftop bitches. Yep, they were up there on top of that roof, afraid. You know what? I didn't have a gun. I just had a voice. I didn't have an armor. I just had my feet. And I didn't have all of that gear. I just had my mouth. And I had God on my side because I know if God is with me, no one can hurt me. There's no bullet that can pierce my armor. I personally believe that. So we need to continue to demand. We demand Governor Walz. Many of our organizations and others have asked this, to shut Operation Safety Net now. Shut Operation Safety Net now. Shut it down. 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 All right, y'all. I'm going to get off because I can keep talking forever. We're all in pink. I want to tell you about tonight. Some of you can, if you want to stay here, you can't. But we have an action tonight as well in downtown Minneapolis, right on the Hennepin Government Center at 9 p.m. So if some of you are on your way here, you can come there too. And as you know, the Derek Chauvin trial is Monday is going to be the final arguments, or arguments, the last piece of the argument, closing arguments. And then after that, we're expecting probably next week that there will be a conviction. Guilty on all charges. Say with me. Guilty on all charges. 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 Nothing less. Nothing less. And I'm going to tell that jury right now, you live in America, but you also live in Minnesota. If you don't bring us back that guilty on all charges, I don't know where you're going to live. So I want to invite all the families. There are a lot of families. We had an earlier press conference. It's very powerful. Invite all the families to come up. And I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. If any of you are here because of these families. If you are committed